Brandon, ask me what kind of tree I have.
No.
Brandon, ask me what kind of tree I have.
No.
Just, Brandon, ask me what kind of tree. It's a Chris Pine.
D&D is like anime. It will surprise you if you give it a fair chance. And if you give Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves movie a fair watch, you're finna find it's the most underrated movie of this year. Oh, I know. Every instinct in your body is to put yourself above D&D for fear of looking like one of these people.
Who did you invite? One cannot simply join the Guild of Adventurers!
Huzzah, magic powers!
My first time playing D&D, my friend put me through a quest while we ate candy and drank Sprite, staying up all super late night until like 11 p.m. one sleepover. And afterward, you wanna know what? I actually had fun. Dungeons & Dragons opens with us learning about Chris Pine and his platonic relationship with Olga. We learn about his backstory and why he's in prison, and it's actually really sad. His wife died, I guess, and Chris turned out to be stealing so he could make ends meet for his daughter. But they never finna hurt any shouties. Then they make their escape, and right after saying that they don't hurt people, they leave Jonathan the bird guy stranded in the blizzard. Then Chris Pine goes back to find his daughter and finds that she's been chilling. But the weird uncle guy is manipulative and turned the daughter against Chris Pine. And Chris Pine is taken away to be executed. And then the uncle lies about it to the... Then this scene happened.
Okay, chop it off.
Then they finesse a wizard and the girl from It. And everyone's tripping out here, by the way. They're like, oh, I wasn't scared of It. Which they were scared. Don't listen to them. Then follows a bunch of scenes that make no sense when you first watch them, but later you find out it was awesome foreshadowing. My respect to the writers. Like this random fight scene where the wizard girl turns red. Turns out that's because she's part of a bigger group of evil wizards, and she had a plan to rule the world all along. Then we meet Bradley Cooper, and I'm just now becoming aware of the awesome world of Bradley Cooper, by the way. Apparently this guy voices Rocket Raccoon.
Cosmo, what use is telekinesis if you can't even aim?
And also was in The Hangover. Anyway, he's really short. And Olga has this thing for miniature individuals. And the writers added a little depth to Olga's character when we learned that she was torn between a life with her own race of people and Bradley Cooper. And she ended up only giving half of herself to both, so neither group really wanted her. Then they acquire this handsome guy and proceed to use Tobuscus's gun from Portal to yeet across this ravine.
Replaced my sleigh in 2007.
Boring stuff happens, and then this was my favorite scene in the movie, when Chris Pine explains that the only way you ever fail is if you give up trying. It gives me inspiration to keep posting these videos, despite how many have flopped. Then stuff happens as they try to re-finesse Chris Pine's daughter. They succeed in dip, but then Chris Pine decides to go back and save the people from Sophie the evil wizard. They defeat Sophie, and happy endings all around. What's compelling about this movie is that each of these characters experience growth in their character. Chris Pine knew that... Why do I keep saying Chris Pine? Chris Pine grew because he learned to let go of the past. He learned there are benefits to honesty, and that altruism benefits the altruist also. The girl from It stopped being racist. The wizard kid overcame his own self-doubt in a much more interesting way than the girl in Doctor Strange. And Olga learned her value wasn't in her people or her short boyfriend. In our most popular video, I talked about how Rick and Morty respectively stopped growing as individuals after season 3. And the more things I watched, the more I realized that this is true. Look at Hawk in Cobra Kai.
The doctor said I could be on the spectrum.
I don't know what that is, but get off it pronto.
Eli, what?
A lack of change over time is boring, and this movie nailed it. Should you watch Honor Among Thieves even if you're not a D&D nerd? Absolutely yes. If you approach it with an open mind, you'll find yourself having a good time. Well, bye!